Hello everyone, welcome to the physics channels, the Twins Academy. Today we will discuss the MCQ paper of IGCSE 0625 variant 22 February March 2025. So let's start discussion. Question number 1. The diagram shows three forces are acting on an object: 1 Newton, 6 Newton, 9 Newton. What is the magnitude of the resultant force acting on the object? Okay. Now first we will observe that these two forces are acting in opposite direction. Here is the 9 Newton and here is the 1 Newton. Now since these two forces are acting in opposite direction, and we know that how we can find the resultant, if forces are acting in opposite direction, we will subtract them and then answer will be 8 Newton. Now these two forces, 8 Newton and 6 Newton, they are making an angle of 90 degree, and in order to find the resultant between these two forces, we can apply the Pythagoras theorem over here, that is F is equals to 6 square plus 8 square. So it will be equals to 36 plus 64. This will give you 100, and square root of 100 is 10. So answer will be option B. Question number 2. Which law defines speed and velocity? Okay. We know that speed is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity. Okay. Now they have given different definitions. Distance traveled, speed की definition है. Distance traveled in a given direction. No, direction is not involved in speed. So since it's a scalar quantity, so these two options are omitted out. Now, distance traveled per unit time. Yes, distance traveled per unit time. Yes. From B and D, correct option can be there. Okay. For option D, speed per unit time. No. What was the definition of velocity? There were two definitions of velocities. Either it is the rate of change of displacement or speed in a given direction. So option B will be the correct answer. So if we remove direction from speed, sorry, if we add direction in speed, it becomes velocity. And if we remove direction from velocity, it becomes speed. Okay, question number 3. This question is related with speed time graph. The graph shows the journey of a motorcyclist. Which section of the graph shows the time when the motorcyclist is stationary at some traffic lights? Okay, when body is at stationary, then definitely its speed will be equals to 0. This part shows the body is moving with terminal velocity or constant velocity or constant speed. This shows that body is moving with uniform deceleration, uniform acceleration, and this shows that now this clearly indicates that speed is 0. So body is at rest. So option C will be the correct answer. Question number 4. The acceleration of a free fall on the moon has 1/6 of its value on the surface of Earth. On the surface of Earth, the astronaut mass is measured as 60 kg. Which rows gives the mass and the weight of the astronaut on the Earth and on the surface of Moon? Okay. According to the concept, we know that mass remains same everywhere. So mass on surface of Earth is 60, 60, 60. Okay. Now mass on the surface of Moon should be 60. So it's mean that this option is omitted out because mass is 10 kg, which is not possible. And again, this is 60 and 10 kg, which is not possible. So now there are two options being left. Option B, or it can be option D. We know that what is the formula of weight? W is equals to mg. And what was the mass? 60. What was the value of gravitational acceleration or gravitational field strength? So it's 9.8. And when we will multiply these two values, 9.8 multiplied by 60, then answer was 588, which is approximately equals to 590. So which option will be correct? So this is opted out. So option D will be the correct answer. So we can verify the weight of the same body on the surface of moon will be 98 newtons. Okay, ji. Question number 5 is related with elastic deformation topic, and we know that load and extension are always directly proportional to each other. So till they remain directly proportional, graph remains same. And after a particular time when graph start bending, so it's mean that now limit of proportionality has reached. And limit of proportionality is a point after which graph does not remain straight or graph starts curving. So when I will place the scale over here and will draw the straight line, then we can see that graph has started bending after point A. So point A will be the correct answer to represent or to indicates the limit of proportionality. Question number 6. An object has a mass of 4 kg, is moving with a velocity of 3 meter per second. What is its momentum? We know that the formula of momentum is equals to P is equals to m times v. And now we can calculate the value of momentum. 4 into 3, it will give us 12. So option C will be the correct answer for question number 6. Question number 7. A tall cylinder is partially filled with two liquid which do not mix. The two liquid have, now they have given different densities. A student measures the pressure due to the liquid at different depths. Okay. Which graph shows the liquid pressure varies between positions P and Q? Okay, position P, topmost, position Q, lowest. So it's mean it has least pressure. Okay, one more thing. Since these are the two liquids, so this liquid has less density. That's why it is floating. It has higher density. That's why it is at the bottom. So it will settle down. So definitely if its density will be more and depth will be more, so sorry, its pressure will be more. So larger the density, larger will be the depth, then pressure will be more because liquid pressure formula is equals to rho GH. So it's mean at point B, it will be less density and at point Q, it will be more density. Okay, so densities will be different. So this shows that depth changes, but pressure remains constant, which is not possible. This shows that pressure and depth are directly proportional for both point P and Q, which is also not possible because density changes due to change in depth. Now option A and B. This shows that P has larger density and Q has smaller density, while we know that liquid at point P was floating and liquid at point P was settled down. So it's mean that liquid P has smaller density and liquid Q has larger density. So it has smaller rate and it has larger rate. So option B will be the correct answer. Okay, ji, a tennis ball with the momentum of 2.3 kilogram meter per second is struck with the tennis racket. Okay. The racket causes the direction of the motion of the ball to be reversed. So it's mean one value will be positive, other value will be negative because they are in opposite direction. The rocket exerts an average force of 1500 Newton during the impact with the ball. The racket and the ball are in contact and time is given 0.0024 seconds. What is the magnitude of the momentum of the ball as it leaves tennis rocket? So we have to find the final momentum. This was the initial momentum. We know that if force and times are given, then it will be equals to impulse, that is F into T. And we know that impulse is equal to change in momentum, F into T. And this will be equals to final momentum minus initial momentum is equals to F times T. Now putting the value over here, we have to find the final momentum minus, and here comes the sign negative over here. I have to put the negative sign over here. Why? Because now it was moving in the reverse direction. So it will be equals to negative 2.3, and then again it will be equals to F into T. What was the value of force? 1500. What was the time of impact? 0.0024. Okay. When we will multiply the right side, this will be equals to mv plus 2.3, and the right side will be equals to 3.6. Now this is being added over here. On other side, it will be subtracted. So 3.6 minus 2.3. So then definitely it will be 1.3. So which option will be correct? Option A will be the correct answer. Okay. The next question. A car is traveling at a speed of 8 meter per second. Okay. Its speed is given. Kinetic energy is given. What is the kinetic energy stored in the car when its speed increases to 16 meter per second? Okay. First of all, we will calculate the mass. Kinetic energy is equal to 1 over 2 mv square 32000 1 over 2 mv square. And when we will solve this, mass will be equals to 1000 kilogram. Okay, what was the value of speed? This was equals to 1 over 2 m times 8 square. So when we have solved, this answer was 1000 kg. Now put the value in the new formula. Kinetic energy is equal to 1 over 2 mv square, 1 over 2 as it is, into 1000 into 16 square. So when we will calculate this value by putting the values over here, so it will be 16 square, 16 multiplied by 16 multiplied by 1000, because mass was 1000, divided by 2. So 128,000, which is approximately equal to 130,000. So which option is correct? Option D is the correct answer. Okay. The next question. The sun is not the primary source of the energy for which resource? Okay. There are three resources which does not depend on sun. Number one, geothermal. Number two, tidal. And number three, nuclear. All other resources more or less depends on sun. So obviously it will be a tidal, because oil, wind and wave, more or less directly or indirectly, these resources of energy depends on sun. Okay, ji. Question number 11. An experiment is done to compare the rate of conduction of thermal energy in a metal and in a plastic spoon. Obviously, when we will compare, so then metals are good conductor and plastics are poor conductor. Okay. Which row shows the an ice cube is placed on one of the each end of the spoon and other end is heated gently. Okay. Left side are being heated. Right sides pe we have placed the ice cubes. Now, which row has the correct prediction and correct explanation? Okay. Now what we will do, we will go through the option. Metal is a good conductor, correct. Plastic is a good conductor, no. Plastic is a poor conductor, yes. Metal is a poor conductor, no. It's mean that two options are being omitted, B and C. Now option A and D, the ice cube would melt more quickly on the plastic spoon, no. Not possible, because metals are good conductors. So which option is correct? The ice cube would melt more quickly on the metal spoon, because metal is a good conductor of heat. Okay. Four student determines the efficiency of four different electrical devices. The teacher knows one of the student has made a mistake in the calculation. Which value of efficiency is not correct? Obviously, it will be 102 because a system cannot be efficient more than 100% or equal to even 100% because wastage is always there. So it will be definitely less than 100%. A sample of gas is sealed inside a container of a fixed volume. Okay, volume is fixed, temperature of the gas is increased. So when temperature of the gas increases, number of collisions with the walls of the container increases frequently. Okay, mass of the gas particle increases, mass remains same, not possible. Number of gas particle increases because they are confined and it's a fixed volume. So volume, number of gas particles cannot be increased. Time between the collisions of the gas particle increases. No. Now since temperature increases, so it is not possible that time of collision increases. Now only option A. The gas particle collides with the walls of the container more frequently, due to which pressure increases. And they have given the clue for this one, that gas pressure increases. Question number 12. Okay. A student does an experiment to find the specific heat capacity of a metal block. She records the following quantities. Okay. This will be equals to E, but since it's the kilojoule, so we have to convert into joules. Multiplying it with 1000, we have to calculate the temperature difference, delta T. 45 minus 20 is equal to 25 degrees Celsius. This is mass. So this was delta T. This was E. This is mass. But one problem with mass is there, that it is in grams. So we have to convert grams into kilograms. Then this will be 0.6 kilogram. Now all the units are in standard form. And what we have to do, we have to find the specific heat capacity. The formula is equals to Q is equal to MC delta T, and then C is equal to Q over M delta T. So what was the value of Q? It was 12 into 1000 over mass was 0.6, temperature was 25. So when we will solve, answer will be option D. So all calculation will be done by using the calculator, and then answer will be option D, that is 800. Okay. Next question. A metal block is left overnight in a cool, shady room. Okay. In the morning, the metal block is moved in the warm surrounding. Warm surroundings mean temperature increases. Okay. So when temperature increases, it's placed in warm room, the temperature of the metal block decreases. No, it has to be heat up. Convection transfer energy through the metal blocks. No, metals, energy is always transferred to through conduction. The metal contracts slightly. No, since it is heated up, so it is not possible. It will slightly contracted over cooling. So the option A is being left. The internal energy of the metal block increases. Why? Because temperature was increasing. So option A will be the correct answer. Okay. This one. A fixed mass of a gas contained within a sealed syringe is at a pressure of 100 kilopascals. This will be P1. The plunger is slowly moved until the pressure is 80 kilopascal. It's P2. The final volume of the gas is 50 cubic centimeter V2. Temperature does not change. Condition for the relation between pressure and volume to be inversely proportional. Okay. What is the volume before the plunger is moved to V1? We know that the formula P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. Okay. We have to find V1. So V1 is equals to P2 V2 over P1. So substituting the values over here, P2 80, V2 50, P1 100. Okay. This 8 into 5 40. So which option will be correct? Option B will be the correct answer. Question number 17. The diagram shows more energetic. Okay, more energetic. So it's mean molecule escaping. Two clue are there from the topmost surface of the liquid. So straightway this gives the concept of evaporation. Because in evaporation, topmost molecules or high energetic molecules escape the surface of the liquid by leaving behind less energetic molecules, which causes the cooling. Question number 18. A hot object emits thermal radiation, which will describe two changes to reduce the rate of emission. Okay, we have to reduce the rate of emission. Surface area, obviously rate of emission is directly proportional to the surface area, and it is also directly proportional to the increase in temperature. So when surface area increases, rate of emission of heat increases. When temperature increases, rate of emission also increases. Now we have to decrease. So it's mean both has to decrease. So surface area increased, no. These two options are omitted. Reduced, yes, yes. Increased, no. Option D is the correct answer. So both has to decrease. Okay. Next question. It is related with waves. The frequency of wave is doubled. Okay. F becomes 2F. Speed remains the same. Wavelength pay. What will be the effect on the wavelength? Okay, we know that V is equal to F lambda. F is equals to V over lambda. Now velocity was constant, therefore frequency and wavelength were inversely proportional. So when frequency becomes double, wavelength becomes half. So which option will be correct? Option D. Question number 20. Which statement about ultrasound is correct? Ultrasounds are more energetic and they have the frequency larger than audible range, that is 20,000 hertz. And nature wise, since this is the sound wave, ultrasound is a sound waves, so nature wise they are longitudinal waves. So this option is crossed because these are the transfer waves they have written. Transfer waves, which is not possible because by nature they are longitudinal waves. Energy, it has a high frequency than audible sound. Yes, option A. It has a lower frequency. No, not possible. Sorry, over here. So higher frequency, the option A will be the correct answer.